In 1986, the ESB started an extensive fisheries development programme on Castleconnell salmon fishery. This programme consisted of angling improvement, spawning development and some river landscape. We'll be showing you some of these improvements. We'll be showing you the development of spawning beds. We'll be looking at some fish spawning. We'll also be looking at the boards, restocking programme, and we'll be showing you the results of it. So, an interesting programme, I hope. Please stay with me. Well, when we come down here to the bottom of the fishery to beat 5 in 1986, it looked something like this. On the gravel here, we had some timber stakes, and these timber stakes held some galvanised sheeting in place. There was also a similar wall on the Limerick side. Here we have the Bushole here. This is the Bushole and looking upstream. Now the purpose of this wall was of course to retain water on the centre channel and also to create a deeper run. And the reason for this of course was to get fish from this deep over these very exposed shallows and up through the fishery. But this wall, fairly primitive of course, because at the time it was built after the Shannon scheme. There hadn't either the machinery or the equipment to make a better retaining wall. It must be said that the old fishermen of Castleconnell, the old boat people, the river people of that time had a vast experience of Castleconnell fishery, and they worked very successfully all down through the fishery in building walls and deeper channels for fish to travel. But when they came to the gravel, there was no stone to work from. The stone finished up here at the old weir. This is the old weir. So the method they employed here wasn't at all successful. So we replaced this wall with a gravel wall. We were able to bring in a machine in '86 and build this gravel wall. Now it must be said that there was a similar galvanised wall here, so we replaced this also with our gravel wall. Now in doing this, we also developed angling all up through this stretch. So there is a little rough here in the height which we left, but we deepened from this rough down just on the bend here. We deepened this section and we deepened this section here down into the Bushole. We also put a height across here 3/4 ways up the gravel, thereby deepening the water up to the old weir, which was an old existing pool, and we deepened the section underneath this weir. We also put some large boulders across here in 1990, and we also extended this wall something like this. Now when we deepened this area, we of course were adding another angling pool to the fishery. So I call that number 1 pool that was developed out of our angling improvement programme. This run here from the little rough down on the Limerick side, we deepened also, and this gave us pool number 2. Now it must be said that this particular pool on the bottom of the inside wall on the Limerick side is probably the best little fly pool, the best fly run on Castleconnell fishery. Excellent fly run, excellent little fly pool. Now we also put some boulders here in the early 90s to create fish lies. Now middle ways down here through the Bushole there was a height, and when the water came down off the ground